Hi everybody, Miss Kathy back. This is the measurement lesson for our first graders for Wednesday, April 8th. So I want to show you a few things that you're going to need. You're going to need your spiral again. This is the page that we used before. You're going to need a pencil. You're going to need a ruler with inches marked on it, with an inch measuring capability. Not the metric system. We're not doing metric yet. We're still doing customary. So we're learning about linear measurement. That means for length. And we need the inches. Okay. You might get a couple of things to measure. I've got a pair of scissors here. I've got a marker from the other day. I've got a spiral bound book of note cards, so I might measure some of that. I've got a little colored envelope, and I'm going to cut an apple for us and measure the diameter, since we've been talking about that so much in our planet work, measure the diameter of this apple. Okay, so let's flip you around so you can see what I see. All right. So I'm going to turn to my next page, and I could write the date on the top of the spiral. So today is, I'm going to write the short date. It's 4-8-20. This is going to be my measurement lesson. So I think I am actually going to flip it around and prop you down. You can see my super professional stand, my paper towel roll with a pair of scissors in it to hold my video. So let's flip you back around. All right, and you're going to be able to see what I'm doing here. Maybe I can get down and look at you. Okay, so the first thing you're supposed to draw measurements in your spiral of, I believe it's increments of, let me check your work plan. So here's your work plan. Hopefully you have holes punched in it and you have it in your 3-ring binder, your work plan binder, but it says draw line segments. That means short lines that don't go on forever and ever, lines that are short, that are cut off, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 inches in length. But before we do that, I'm just going to use my ruler to measure a few things. Okay, I'm going to take my scissors first. Let's see if we'll move this down so you can see. So I'm going to measure the length of my scissors with my ruler. Now, these scissors are longer. Let's see if I can do this on a video. Longer on this side. They're longer, they start right there because I'm having to look at it backwards. And then they go to this length. So can you see? They're starting at the 0. And how long are those scissors? What are they going to? How many inches? That's right, it's 8 inches. So my scissors are 8 inches long, all right? Let's take a look. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. I look ridiculous. Sorry, you guys. I look so silly. I'm going to have to learn how to, maybe by the end of this, I'll be a professional at YouTube, but not right now. I challenge you guys to, you make your own videos and send them to me. Send them to me, Marco Polo, or make a video, a YouTube video and send it to me, or just make a short little video and you can text it to me. Okay, let's measure this marker. So I'm going to put the back side at the 0. Let's see how far it goes. Oh, my middle finger's right there. It's almost at the 8 also. It's basically 8 inches. 8 inches long. So I picked 2 things that are 8 inches. Now you have to start after the 0. It can't be over here. I'm going to show you. You can't do it on this side. Why? Because look at that amount of the marker that's not being measured properly. That would make it shorter than 8 inches, about 7.5, and that's not an accurate measurement. So let's move it over. Let it start right at the 0 and let it go to the 8. It's right about 8 inches. Okay, something Let's see what my pencil is. I'm going to put my pencil on top of my ruler. I'll start it at the 0, and I'm looking at this backwards, and I'm trying to hold it. How far does it go? Oh, it's about right at, let's take a look. Can you read it? What's it at? Right here. It's not at the, let's see if I've got it in the right place. Okay, I'm holding it on the 0. This is tricky. It's not at the 6. It's past the 6, and it's not at the 7. So is it right about in the middle? I can hear you saying it. I can hear it. First graders, I can hear David going, and Ezra going, and Mabel going, and Jessica going, it's 6.5. That's right. The length of this pencil is right about 6.5 inches long. Because if you remember from last Friday, from the 0 to the 1 is 1 inch. From the 1 to the 2, that's not from the 1 to the 2, from the 0 to the 2 is 2 inches. Then that, if we go to the 3, from the 0 to the 3 would be 3 inches long. If we go back to the 0 to the 4, that length right there is 4 inches long. Remember where I talked about a span? What is I think I measured, didn't I measure the distance of my span? I think I'm going to do it on myself over here so I can see it. Well, if I put the 0 right there, no, I don't think I measured it. Put the 0 on the tip of my thumb. My pinky is hanging just over the 8. My span, the span of my hand, is just a little bit past 8, like 8.25. I wonder what your hand span is from the tip of your thumb to the tip of your pinky with your hand spread out. You could even lay it down. But that's good that it's 8 because I'm wanting you to draw some linear measurements today for 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches. Last time we measured 1 inch, 6 inches, and 12 inches. And who remembers what all 12 inches in a ruler is called? What do we call that? It's the length of a man's, what? That's right, it's a foot. Oh, speaking of, I wonder, here's my shoe today, but I wonder how long my shoe is. I don't think it's 12. Let's see if we can measure that. Start at the 0, right, is that the 0? Yes. Right under the toe of my shoe. And if we were in person, if we were working together in person, I would make you take your shoes off, which half the time you do anyway in our classroom. All right, it's right about there. It's a little bit longer than 9. That's right. It's about 9. Nope, I moved the 0 over. It's, let's see, 8, 9. Oh, yeah, it is a little bit more than 9. About 9.5 inches. Well, that makes sense because my foot is an 8 to an 8.5. Let's see what size shoe this is. This is an 8.5 shoe, a women's 8.5. So the outside length with the sole of the shoe on there is about 9.5, 9.25. Okay, I'm putting my shoe back. So let's do our measurements. And let me see if I can angle this down a little bit more so you can watch me. Okay, I'm going to measure from 0 to 2 inches, and I'm going to draw a line. Remember how we did that the other day, 0 to 2. So I'm going to put a mark. You can see what I'm doing. I'm putting a mark at the 0. I'm going vertically, and then I'm going to put a mark at the 2, and then I'm going to draw a line between them. All right, take a look at mine. I know it's upside down, but you can see the distance. So I'm going to write on there 2 inches. I-N-C-H-E-S, inches. 2 inches. Oops. There you go. Can you see that? 2 inches. Okay, now I'm going to double that. I'm going to go from 0 to 4 inches. I'm going to make a line that's 4 inches in length. I'm stopping it. I'm going from the 0 to the 4. All right. I'm going to start at the same place where I started my other one. I'll show you that. 0, 2, 4. See how I'm making a mark vertically? Coming against the ruler. I'm going vertically against the ruler. Okay, now I'm going to draw my line from the 0 to the 4. And if you want to go back and forth a couple times, but I stop at those 2 little lines. Take a look at my line right there. Oops, can you see it? See how I started the line in the same place? And I'm drawing my ruler, I'm following along the lines in my spiral. Okay, so this was 2 inches. How much is this one? 4 inches. That's correct. 4 inches. I-N-C-H-E-S. 4 inches. All right. I'm going to do 6 inches. Ooh. Can I fit it? Can I fit it across my paper? Let's see. Is it going to go off the edge? My spiral's pretty big. I don't know. Yours might go off the edge. Let's take a look. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. Okay. I'm going in the same place from 0 to the 6. I'm making another mark at the 6. The 0, I'm going vertically against the ruler and to the 6. Let's see. Let's draw that line between the 2 marks. And once I've kind of made the marks vertically, it kind of gouges in the paper, so it kind of creates a little groove. I know where to stop. Let's take a look. All right. Have I made a line now 6 inches? Does it look like it's getting bigger? What are we skip counting by? 2, 4, 6. That's right, we're skip counting by 2s. Does it look like it's getting bigger by 2 inches each time? Yep, it does to me. So I've got 2 inches, 4 inches. Now I'm going to write 6 inches right here. 6 inches. I-N-C-H-E-S. 6 inches. All right, can you see? How does yours look? Is it looking like mine? I'll wait for a minute and let you catch up. And what's the next one I'm supposed to do? The last one I'm supposed to draw is 8 inches. Do you think it's going to fit on my paper? I think I'm going to have a hard time. Yep, it's not going to fit on there like this. Not starting at the red line. What if I scoot over? Can I do it? No, not very well. It's going to end on the end of the paper. What could I do? Remember what we did last time? Did we have to angle the line? We had to make it in an angle, right? Yes, so I think I may start my 0 up here somewhere. And I'm going to go down 8 inches. Will it stop right there? Yes, I think that's how I'm going to make my line. So let me lay this down so you can see me making it. Let me angle that a little bit. Can you? Nope. We'll just stay right there. Okay. So I've got I'm making a mark at the 0. And I'm making another mark at the 8. The hardest part about this for you guys probably is to hold the ruler. That's where you may need some help. The 2 inches, that was probably easy. The 4 inches, maybe that was easy too. The 6 inches is probably getting a little harder. And the 8 inches, it's a little challenging. This part you might need your mom or your dad to help you with, or an older brother or sister. And I wouldn't even mind if they made the lines for you. I just want you to work with the measurements. So I have just made another line. And I'm going to write. Now, you see my diagonal line? How do you think I should write 8 inches? Do you think I should write it along the diagonal? write 8 inches? Or do you think I should write it horizontally like this, like we do a scientific drawing? Like we try to do our maps, we try to do everything horizontally so it's easier to read. I think I'm going to write it right here, 8 inches. Okay, let's do that. 8 inches. Remember how to spell inches. INCHES. I see you. Okay, take a look. So here is my paper with all of my measurement drawings for today on it. My 2 inches, my 4 inches, my 6 inches, and my, can you see it all? My 8 inches. Now, you might want to go around the house and see what you can measure. Remember, this is linear measurement, and we're measuring the length of something. But before I stop this lesson, I'm going to move these things over. And, I forgot I didn't measure my spiral cards or my pretty little envelope, but that's okay. I want to cut the diameter of this apple. So we've been talking about a lot about diameter in the diameter of the planets whenever we've been doing our planet work. So this apple's kind of yucky. I don't know that we're going to be able to eat it anyway. It's kind of soggy. But I'm going to use it, and I'm going to cut it. Pretend like this was the planet Earth or Mars. We did Mars. Since it's the red planet, this could be Mars, except it has a sticker on it. I doubt Mars has a sticker on it. But it probably does have a big crater. Or that could be Olympus Mons, the mountain. The big volcano of Mars. That's cool. Okay. So I'm going to cut my apple right across the middle so that it still sits up tall like this. Oops, can you see it? Let me move this down. So it still sits up tall, and I just take the top off. And we're going to measure this distance across. Remember I told you at the beginning when we were talking about our planets, I reminded you how we made our Earth, the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. And I was saying the measurement across that would be the diameter. I know it's a big word, and I don't really care if you understand what it means, except I just want to show it to you because I think you can understand what it means. So it just helps you know the size of the planet. Let's see. This is really silly today. Okay, so I've got my ruler here, and I'm going to put the 0 on the edge of my apple that represents Mars for right now. And I'm going across how many inches is the diameter. Can you see it? It stops right. Oops, let's see if I'm in the widest place. Oh, yep, it's right at 3. The diameter of this apple that we're calling the Mars apple is 3 inches. Now think a minute. Some of the diameters of the planets have been 7,000 miles, or maybe even more. And we're about to start one, Jupiter, that's gigantic. Actually, you may be watching the Jupiter video before you watch this measurement one, but let's see if it's the same. Let's take a look. Yes, it is, if I turned it the same direction. So the diameter of the other side of the apple, or the distance across, if we cut it apart in the middle, is also 3 inches. All right. Take your rulers, go around your house and measure some stuff. See what you can find out about how big things are, or how long things are actually, the length of things with linear measurement in inches. All right, bye for now.